Oh, maybe put myself on. You don't like this puppy? Want me to get a cat? Don't climb in that bag. That's all that's all the ammo for today. Yeah. No. This is an old box. I need to shoot this up. Oh, 12 gauge, right? How many? Was it 20 rounds? 25. 25. Shoot this up. Because all the Federal's still here, but they're not making them. This is armor piercing. This is 223. I got this, that. No, get out of there. I know you're a 228. A 2A, that's for the mag though, on the 9. Respect, I mean, what you call it? Back. Get out the bag, baby. I'm trying to make sure I got the right number. Okay. They don't even make this no more. So I gotta use this up. It's 9mm. You retarded. I love you. Oh, and I'm gonna take it out. Oh, I need. This is this the 45 basically? Yeah, I need to take that from 1911. Let my boy shoot that. He wants to shoot that. One of them. This is the 40 cal. You know what? Let me see something. I think I'm gonna shoot all the 40 today. It's old stuff. Will you get out the bag? You just having a ball. Yeah. I know. Hold on. Be careful. One ain't gonna go off. Let me see. I gotta get the other one too. You were so nice, baby. Let me see. Is this the same? Yeah, black tip. Heck yeah. This is before polymer targets. Those two. You trying to stop me? I gotta count when I'm taking out to the range. Those guys are gonna come out there and shoot, right? Hold on. You gotta give it 30 minutes. And I'm gonna get some grain tips. These are old ones. I got all those over there, so we gotta shoot the old ones. Be careful, because I don't want the fall. Let me put it down here. Yeah. Alright. Put that in black tips. That's polymer. We'll get the target out. Yeah. Hey, Grand Elevations. I just wanted to, I like to give a little something. I was just thinking about that guy who was beheaded on that bus with a long bowie knife, Tim McLean, I think it was, and then cannibalized right on the bus. People turned around, heard him being stabbed in the neck, head cut up, decapitated, and the guy. This is one out of hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of stories. Remember I was in the military, the lady who was a crackhead snapped, got some bad stuff, and literally decapitated her husband's head with her hands, like digging through his neck. She snapped and just kept going until his head was removed from the body, and then walked around in a daze. That was back in 80 something, whatever. I'm not speaking on this to draw up any, negativity and stuff, because there are a lot of things that play in this world. I always tell you, I've always expressed, Jannah, I'll never stop saying it. I mean, not to give it energy, the darkness, and then the light. Right now, what the enemy's doing, right? If they were really as smart as people peculiarly think in this new world that they're attempting to create, that they've worked on for a while, and mitigating, generational curse they have, if they were really smart, they'd stop and put off everything they're doing for about another 4,000 or 5,000 years. And even then, somebody will tell them the same thing. Because how it's going to end for them, they don't have to accept it. They don't have to believe it. It doesn't matter what they find, who they dropping off, pyramids in Antarctica, whatever else they may have seen. It doesn't matter. There's a reason why we stopped here. There's a reason why we fell. There's a reason why so many people are caught up in the matrix of lies. There's a reason why they did what they did. And regardless of whatever that reason is, if they was really smart, you know what I'm saying, they would actually start. Hey, what's going on, Randall? How you doing, family? It's going to get worse. I mean, you got to look at this. Within, how far are we into this year? The 5th month? Well, they're saying last year they had over 170,000, 100 and something thousand deaths from meth alone. Dude, that means people don't even die in a friggin' year in a war. All combined. Do you... I don't even want to get into like 85, 86, 87, 88, 89 every year. How many people died smoking crack? We have a lot of people who are bad, and all people, everybody on the earth. You know what? I'm just pointing this out. It's not about stress. I don't want you to lament on it, be stuck here. And let's make one thing clear. It doesn't matter how you hide yourself or how you separate yourself from the reality of it. And a lot of us have lost people in our families. I had a nephew, bad Molly, played college football, could have went on to the NFL. He became a star on was it on here on Instagram? OD. My brother's stepson. You're bugging. All right? Yeah, you're bugging. Go on up there. All right? Yeah. You are bugging. Sheesh. Seriously bugging. Oh, this is actually for the Glock. This is actually for the Glock 21, the 45 ACP. But I've got my Glock 22 in here, which is a 40 cal. So I'm taking it out today to see how she performs. And this Mi'kmaq, I've got a few of them. I've got a few Mi'kmaqs, so I just want to, you know what I mean? So she fits about the same size as Glock 21, and I'm going to spend a lot of ammo, this old ammo, and I'll let some people have a little fun time because I need to clean them up anyway. But I'm going to get the rounds through there, and I'm just going to use these hard points. I didn't put no sight on here. This is pretty friggin' at it. I'm a rail shooter. People see me take these off and shoot with Sterel, and they're like, dude. So, but yeah. But anyway, so I just wanted to get this a little live before I get ready to head out. People have a hard time dealing with the truth no matter how it may come. As I spoke yesterday, I had expressed how I reached out to the Sons of Confederacy, and I told them that they're full of crap. I looked at some of the pictures on their walls, and I says, look, how can the early part of our government up into the early 1900s be ran by us, and all of a sudden the Revolutionary War, which was a melanated war, the Civil War, not even the ones between that, the Indian wars that were ongoing and never stopping, manipulations and everything else, division and separation, because of it's a lot of stuff. But have on the side of the gray when it was a Republican Party before the Democratic Society even exists to become a Democratic Party, and then Lincoln on the Republican Party nomination to be president, a Negro. How can they all of a sudden be all these pale skins and these paintings, which are false, delusional? Just like the people in their mind who are committing these heinous acts, but it's all based on a social construct, a bunch of lies, bad energy, and how people are fed so much negativity. Some of us know we've been addicted to things. I mean, my son passed away. You come up to me in a liquor store and you touch my bottle of liquor I just set up on that counter, and a case of beer, and that, tequila and that Jack Daniels, I may have stabbed you in your throat. Easily. We have excuses for everything and no rational reasoning, because if that was considered an option in our youth or when we're in dismay or hurt, if that was considered an option, you think we'd be in the situation we're in? Well, one thing they couldn't stop is the fact that people would literally wake up. And I mean not physically and mentally or spiritually, all right? I don't like using that word. I know it's bigger than that. I don't think there's a word to express our inner who we are that's physical and in the light. Light is simple enough, I guess, for me. My interpretation. And even with that happening at such a level, even with the gross misconduct of words and ideologies of those who are still slaves to a system that is comprised completely of lies. When I pointed out, and I'm gonna show y'all later on when I come back from the range, congressional records, that not just Andrew Jackson, we've been made to believe married all these nigresses and this, that, and other. He was a nigga himself. Not only that, so was General Lee. His description. And I love how some of these pale skins, along with some of these boule, and it's funny how everybody's aware of that now. Of course, it's based upon facts. Whistleblowers are everywhere. And now they're in droves when it comes to those people going to those so-called black, I'll call them dead colleges, all right? Or Harvard and Yale, which even those buildings are very old. I know. We have pictures when he was building. Okay, yeah, whatever. Anyway, swarthy does not mean a pale skin with a frigging tan. I want y'all to be able to let your kids see this. It doesn't mean a pale skin with a tan. That is not what swarthy is. Brunette is not hair color. Brunette is this color, people. This is what it was. This is a brunette. This is what I am. Brunette in color. Swarthy, a little darker, more brown. That's what swarthy is. I know some people have a hard time because when you've been emancipated and inoculated with a lie of history, it's befitting because you've got to feel like you're better because of a fake white supremacy idea, a fake clause pushed by the Zionists for further division. I know it's hard to let go of. And then the Negroes who decide to side with the enemy, if they only really knew what was coming for them in the end, they would jump ship and turn 360. But going back to what I was saying earlier, when you are that sick, you are that in the darkness, and you have made yourself believe that is the right thing, not because of valor, not because you don't want to be prude or something, because you actually really live it in your belief that is foundationally acceptable, you will commit heinous acts. And though I mentioned the beheading of that young man, I could say Jeffrey Dahmer, we could say a whole bunch of Ted Bundy, we can just go through a plethora. It doesn't mean that it's all right. In no way, shape, fashion, or form. It's just, and it's not to like linguistically say, well, we gotta be righteous. I'm not even saying that. I mean, it's a pecking order to getting back in touch with order that never went nowhere. And that pecking order is some people are going to be void, even in their hidden and untransparent ways of when to connect. They like where they're at. Seriously. I knew back home, all right? Well, all this is our home, in our home. But back on the East, well, it's the West. I know that much, but I'm going to talk to you where you know, yeah, Jersey or Florida, whatever. I knew this guy, and it was known by everybody. He had well over like $250 million in the bank. But he didn't want to, he's had a shopping cart filled with cans and bottles. He didn't want to be around it. He didn't want to be in that big old mansion he had. He had been out there for about 15 years in Jersey, walking them streets with that shopping cart in Newark. Pesky. No, I mean, don't wash, don't brush no teeth, no, not doing drugs. He drank beer, but he was, you know what I mean? He was straight. He was straight. He just disconnected himself because he knew things. And he did not like it, but he didn't want to oppose because, you know, he belonged to a certain circle. He just went out in the streets and stayed away. And I used to find him and have that conversation with him. He would walk all between Newark and East Orange. I mean, and you find them at Branchbrook Park, Liberty Park, Veterans Park, and I would sit there and I would talk to him, and I'd be careful, making sure ain't nobody watching for hours. That's where I would get my tea. And he would talk. You would think he was talking in a riddle, but it was straight up, but it sounded crazy. Wasn't nothing crazy about what he was saying. Gotta go make a deposit, so don't forget that. Now you tear it all up. No, let's put it right here. Just you looking at it, no, you see it right there, right? She just want to be in the camera. She modeling. 2A cat. Alexandria, say hey. Say hey. Say. Alita Chimchukma. Oh, wow. Okay, she wants to lick things. Anywho. And I always talk to people like that. You dig? Oh, you know what I'm talking about? Look, you remember Lucius, you know what I'm talking about, right? The pale skin dude, the shopping cart, he's long gone. But he was like 250 million in the bank. I mean, he was a millionaire. He used to walk all around North. You know, sometimes you can see the albino guy with the dreads who always ran, the brother. You know what I'm saying? In marathons and everything, you see him like going and getting him a bottle of water or something. Like when I came home from the military, I was like, yo, you know. Let's go up right there, the pizzeria on Broad Market, go upstairs, get my hair cut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. If they were as smart as they proclaim, and it's not about them being actually stupid. The enemy would wait another 4,000 or 5,000 years. They would just stop. But they're so gone. Again, how could the South be in the Republican Party and we ran the country? I mean, I literally showed you this the statement that one guy made about, you know, a movie star, James Stewart, the Miracle on 34th Street and everything else, the James Stewart show. He didn't want the brother who played on Red Fox, who was the cop, didn't want him to be on it, but he passed away anyway. And he says, and that's in the 50s. He says, why don't you have a nigga on the hell? They run the country. Why is it that nobody pays attention to those little things? How could an African or foreigner run our country? Right now, the Africans run this country, not all of them. And I mean, not by the Afrikaners, not by color. People had a hard time when I said there was pale skins always here. We were all over it. Stop believing in the lie. Otherwise, they wouldn't need to use them for division if they were that great. Excuse me. A friend of mine says, yo, Red, I'm going, someplace South America. I believe it's different, the map and all that, but we're going to, for sake of just conversion and conversation, conversion to you knowing what I am implementing for you to know with the long knowledge I'm sharing. And I'm going to give you some tea at the same time. Say, hey, I'm going down to so-and-so, right? South America. And he's going down there just to find him a lovely, beautiful woman. I mean, he's got the funds. And I said, you got to be careful in certain places, even in the resorts and the places, because some places really want us there, but with all these embargoes, this and other, because of certain prisoners, it's a game, playing some things, whether it be Argentina or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You still have to be careful. And I was expressing to him, and I says, well, if that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's a beautiful Chilean woman here. She's about my complexion, but finding them, look, I got my eyes set already, right? But if you see, because it's first come, first serve. But the thing is, not but, I'm particular about who I want to be with. So it won't happen like that with me. When my eye is set and I'm putting time into this, I'm not just going to jump ship. There might be 3 or 4 of them, and they might have to learn to work together or just keep it moving. I mean, I know where I can go and have that if I wanted that. Easily. Believe me, South America, there's women down there that want your damn baby. Stop believing in this fake media and the movies, these little But Mexicans get locked up and there's blood and these racists because they create their own hate. Stop believing all that. I got little Mexican brothers and this, that, and Matisse, man who I'm that's kindred. Family. So I don't partake in all that fuckery. Excuse me, all that nonsense. Work on it, Red. My apologies. I really want the kids to be able to hear something other than accept, and it's a bunch of nonsense that they're getting in school from fascists and everybody else who become so smart that they forgot, being a teacher, they remain students. I don't like teachers like that at all, professors or whatever. And there's some good ones, but hard to come by. Yeah, I mean, I could do it like that. Easily. Drive my vehicle there. Weapons locked away, hidden. Boom, to where I get where I got to go. No return. Build what I need to build. I know exactly where to go. I know the women in the community, the men. Look, that's not how I'm moving. Germany. There's a nurse over there that still loves me. A mulatto, if you want to use that. Who I met when I was in my teen, right before I was 20. Went to marry me. Look, fine, big, 15-bedroom old Tatarian building. Like the family runs it, like doctors and nurses. But upstairs, there ain't no getting up there, and it was just magnificent. A mansion. I just know. I was young. I was like, I had fun. She followed me all over on my cruise. Everywhere, bought me everything. I bought some stuff because I didn't like, it's best time. Even the skipper of the ship and the skipper on the squad was like, yo, why don't you take some leave, like 5 days? Let's go and we got you. 5 days I was out there, in an Airbnb, going to the sex shops, this, that, best restaurants, Amsterdam. Look, it was magnificent. It's not what it's about. We're dealing with some very dark times. And yeah, we can all have that life where it feels like it's good and run away from the truth, but the truth is always going to be there. We can't escape it. Just like the made-up lies, the truth can't be hidden. So when I reached out to them and I said what I had to say to them and told them, blatant a bunch of lies, and the majority of y'all, you weren't even here in the country. Your relatives didn't fight nothing. You're just more makeup. So my Native American community, I'm Native American, obviously, because I was born here. But as an indigenous person of this land, ancestral-wise, every one of us are indigenous to some land, but we've all mitigated between all lands. So I don't comprehend the complete narcissistic hypocrisy and ignorance because a damn couple of movies come out. Or John Wayne plays a couple of cowboy movies and he couldn't stand Indians. He liked y'all, but he couldn't stand the true ones. It amazes me at the scarlet letters everybody have in their back pockets or in their chest plate of foolishness. And they think they really know what they're talking about. Yet, even in the congressional records, descriptions are there. And you can sit there and want to play it out and make it up however you want. That's like I told some friends of mine, because I have it. I says, why don't y'all just go and download and stop being stupid, go download the Civil Rights Act, and then look where it says nicknames, and I think it's the second one, the Indians' Right Act. It's the Indian Rights Act. It's who we are. LBJ wanted to mitigate something by still being part of the cabal, not really caring about us, but because Martin had done his part before he went off the wagon, I still don't believe he was murdered. Because, like I said, I took acting and I've seen bodies shot in the jaw and the face and the neck, and no, there's no pool of blood laying. No, I've seen people on the second floor, Red Roof Inn, whatever, shot, have the jaw missing. No, pinhole here, exit, or ricocheted, laid up there on the, no. It's not a pool of blood. That's not what it looks like. And while he's laying there, people doing this. Pointing up to something that don't even exist. Like over the building. If you want to be stuck in your truth that may be a lie, let's say I said maybe. It's not no direct attack. But damn it, there's too many lies. Far too many. And if you have, if it's hard or problematic for you to accept certain truths because it's just not in your dialect, not in your database of knowledge, well, it's something you've got to work on. It's something you got to deal with. For those of us who are not in that environment, are stuck in that environment of whimsical nonsense, who've had the privilege of being afforded to us to be able to see things clearly and not compose something to make it all right. Because see, the world that we live in right now is a construct, not perfected, but made to be all right by a system that was to further indoctrinate. People are having a hard time believing that most of their parents or grandparents were orphans, have been through some heinous acts by the Vatican. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. What was it? 5-6 years after Mother Teresa's death, come to find out she was one of the biggest child traffickers for the Vatican. And then y'all want to sit up here and listen to Ouchie Fauci and run and get the old jabby dabby do. But you see what they did to us in Desert Storm with them damn pills and so on, and inoculations, and why autism and Downs exists, but you still run to these perversions, thinking that that'll heal or help you. Another lie. Who bought the medical industry and changed natural healing herbs to petroleum-based pills and stuff? Wasn't that Rockefeller? Isn't that a fact? So how do we ignore the facts, knowing the perversions of these certain individuals? And it's Kabbalistic, especially for those of you who didn't want to look up the Theosophical Society. That's on you. If you don't want to do the work when somebody gives you a reference or source of information, that's on you. If you want to sit there and stay in delusion, that's on you. If you feel it's going to work out for you, there's nothing at the end of the road, that's on you. Because you lack the truth of knowledge and you want to be where you're at and argumentative, and what benefit are you going to get from that? I just want to know, what do you benefit? Not listening to what you might consider a creep like me? I can be whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. I can still be the person you really don't know. That matters me not. That's why I'm doing this now. Because most people are in their little cardboard or paper mache box of no inclusion. And I guess when you snap, you'll know. You know? Some of the best ones. I gotta get this right here. Where's the, oh, there we go. I got 2 of these, right? Yeah. Put this in the bag. I know what I'm taking. I know it's hard. Don't walk around with this in my nose. Woo, that's that H shot, baby. I got the slugs. I'm not gonna shoot those. I'll keep the slugs, so I don't care how old they get. And they don't, yeah, that's performance. That's only $9 a box, man. These, I just run these because they're close to hot when I want to break a rifle in. Yet, you can get something out there that's pretty terrible at you don't want to put in certain rifles because they won't cycle if they're automatic. These right here I had to shoot hot loads before I could shoot these through my Central Centurion. I shoot that with one hand. It's a bullpup. These run through it like butter now. So I'm gonna go. I got like 3 of these boxes I gotta shoot up today. So we're gonna put that couple of shotguns, the Benelli and the Central Centurion. We're gonna make them kind of black. We're gonna magged up shotguns. Boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? Anywho, back to what I was saying. If you want to remain in that place and you find comfortability there, I can dig it. But yeah, if you have a hard time sitting up in front of a computer and you can play games all day or whatever it is you do, look at porn, whatever it is you do. I mean, some of y'all do some of everything. I don't know. It's none of my business. Let me see here. I gotta clean the cache. All right, I gotta create that account. All right. So, is this it? Okay. Okay, hold on. All right. Do y'all know about John K. Mahome? I'm going to show you, all right, this individual, born February 8th, 1912, died October 11th, 2003, age 91. Nationality, United States. Not America, nothing like that. Listen to me. United States. Alma mater, Swarthmore College, Bachelor Associates, BA, and UCLA, another place of indoctrination, PhD. Scientific career, fields, history. Institution, University of Florida. So obviously I'm going to be talking about the Seminoles, right? Received his BA from Swarthmore College in 1934, graduating Phi Beta Kappa. You dumb niggas getting all involved in that dumb stuff. After serving in World War II and working for his family, he later returned to his studies and earned his PhD in history from the UCLA in 1950. Some pretty racist times, right? War is still going on all over the friggin' place. Hell, they wanted to get rid of some more Tartaria buildings in Germany and Russia. I mean, come on. And the game was working at the expense of the lives of the people who were raised in ignorance. In 1954, Mahone, I don't want to say his name correct anyway, accepted a teaching position in the history department. Accepted. That means he was approached. Was it on his knowledge or whatever? Whatever. Department at the University of Florida. His interest in military history and the Seminoles. Why would he have an interest in the Seminoles? Led to his 3 books as well as numerous articles for encyclopedias and historical journals. If you want to know what the 3 books are, look him up. John K. Mahome. All right? His work, History of the Second Seminole War. All of us were fighting the insurrectionists, the people going against our institution, our Congress, our government, and everything else come to our land with their falsehoods and still practicing whiting out all of history. Like, all right, let's go on. Let me finish. Then we'll insert. Is considered by some as the authoritative modern reference on the little-known but regional and nationally important last great war of Indian removal east of the Mississippi. Mahone documents the American Seminole and Black cultures, leaders, and tactics of war. I don't see nothing about Mongols and pale skins and nothing like that with all them motherfuckers over there now. This is part of the insert. You gotta do the research, order the friggin' books, check it out for yourself. He served as the chairman of the history department at the University of Florida. He served as the chairman. So we know that he was scouted at Swarthmore and is sought after in UCLA. Anyway, he served as the chairman of the history department. What does department mean? What does the United States stand for? It doesn't have nothing to do with here. An indoctrinated lie that most people accept, thinking this is the United States of America. We don't belong to no goddamn Kabbalistic Vatican of some Zionist Jewish narrative. All right, let's go ahead. From 1965 to 1973. So the moment the institution of education was upon us, remember the little negress and the CIA operative, the Zionist Jew, the feminist lesbian movement? Nobody was getting no 8 hours of education. We still knew how to do shit. But now you have all these wars and you have a lot of children being raised by grandparents and great-grandparents, mommies alone, paid by the fucking Rockefellers, the friggin' Rockefellers, excuse me. So now they can indoctrinate, because that's a statement made by himself, Mr. J. Rockefeller himself. After retiring in 1982, Mahome continued to pursue his interest in history. He wrote 3 books. Pursue what? What was there to pursue? He knew what was going on. In addition, he was a founder of the Alachua Audubon Society and Florida Defenders of the Environment. He also held leadership positions in the local Sierra Club, the Florida Historical Society, and the Seminole Wars Historic Foundation. Pure bullshit. Selected works. Okay, here we go. The History of the Second Seminole War, Gainesville, Florida, University of Florida Press, 1967. The War of 1812. Gainesville, Florida, University of Florida Press. These are what his books, all right? 1972. The History of the Militia and National Guard, New York, Macmillan, 1983. I mean, look, guys. I'm scrolling over to something else, okay? I want to pull something else up. If you want to get a good book, I have the PDF download. Go and download it. You might have to pay for it now. The 1,001 Quarters of an Hour, Tartarian Tales. Excellent read. All right. I done read it so many times, so you can read it for free, people. I guess it's still stating that. All right. Let me pull this up. I'm trying to see where it's it. Where is this done? I've got a whole bunch. I'm scrolling. Oh boy. Okay. Why is this? Certain names. Where's it? I thought, you know what? This one was so far over, I had to. Okay. All right. Let me slow it down and pull up Theosophical Society. The Theosophical Society, founded in 1875, is a worldwide body with the aim to advance the ideas of theosophy and continuation of previous theosophists, whatever, especially the Greek and Alexandrian Neoplatonic philosophers dating back to 3rd century CE. That's not what they were doing. They were occultists. You need to look this stuff up and look at the key players. They have pictures of them. Even in the images, I think that's the next one over. The images. Because Gandhi was part of that. And you know how he felt about us. All right? I'm just saying, I mean. Okay, I'm going to show you something here. Let's see if we can get this sideways. All right? Let me see if I can. Is that the. No. Okay. I'm going to make this kind of big and I'm going to hold it up. Okay, and see if we can get you to look at the players. I want you to see what they're wearing around their neck. These are not Christians, Hindus. You may say they are. Muslims, Mohammedans. Maybe so. Sikhs, Zionists. You need to understand the truth. Now, you can go, if you took the time to study and look it up, you would actually know something. All right? I've got it on for like a minute, so it goes right off. But it comes right back on. And you will learn so much more. It's not for me to cultivate your mind and make you believe anything. That's why it's important that you study for yourself. A sentient being is one who perceives and responds to sensations of whatever kind: sight, hearing, touch, taste, or smell. No, that is not what a sentient is. See how they, and that's why I can't stand Google, Wikipedia, or any of that. Well, you need to know who owns them. So they want to cultivate. Now, sentient has nothing to do with anything we perceive, but everything who we are. It has nothing to do with the physical. It has nothing to do with the metaphysical. It has nothing to do with anything other than harmony and balance. It means that which is onto itself. You cannot coerce, direct. It has an order. It has. The thing is, they had to break that, and they need you not to know. So whether it be the Merriam-Webster, the encyclopedia, whatever you may want to look it up in, however you might want to see it, is it a noun, pronoun? Look, put all that stuff away and be more responsible to self and stop accepting these abhorrent ways that are distractions, and they keep us divided. What's funny is when they say, pale skinned brothers and sisters, not all, the racist ones, the dumb ones, the ones selected to be divided and accepted that role, and some, even in ignorance, when they had a choice, when they knew better, and to stay that road, that we came from monkeys, yet why is science for the last 25, 30 years saying that pale skins have the monkey rhesus gene? I mean, no, I'm just saying. I just look. Why is it the O negative and O positive are oldest bloods on this planet? O negative actually being the oldest. And why is the majority of O positive in America? Why is it that there are some pale skins, and I told you I got blocked twice on Facebook for sharing pale skinned women arguing with their little children here in the 80s or 90s or 2000 because they're running around, I don't want to be black or Negro, but that's what the birth certificates say. And then people sit there going, oh, but that's because they had a grandpa or they mammy. That's not what it is. Stop being so all-inclusively stupid. I mean, then they got below that. This is one that cracks me up. This is what they put under that. The true meaning of sentient. Oh, 1, responsive to or conscious of sense impressions, sentient beings. If that ain't the most elusive malarkey and hog jargon I have ever heard. But this is what they do. They don't need you being a better you. They want you to stay as ignorant as they have worked to make you. Oxtroi voix glassa. All right? I'm just saying. All right? I love Maximilien Robespierre's quote. The secret of freedom lies in educating people. It's sad that we have to be in a state where we need to be educated. I don't even like that term. Whereas the secret of tyranny is in keeping them ignorant. Do you grasp what I'm speaking on? Look, this is what I do. I have all this information, and it's very important. Now, if you want to know the truth about America, get this book. I want you to get this book, okay? The Morals of Bonaparte. If you want to know the truth of America, screenshot this, go look it the frig up, and order it. Mine should be arriving today. Let me put it back up there. Take your time, screenshot it. You know some of y'all had them phones, you got to hit both buttons. God dog it. Let me go right back. All right. Something you got to hit the little side 2 buttons or something like that. Some of y'all can just tap your screen, however you got it set up in settings. Go and get that book. Do yourself a favor, especially my Spanish relatives. All right? Do that. I want to get the, you know, in the Tartarian maps, it shows all the land masses connected, right? If they could build what they, if we could build, if our ancestors could build what they did, what makes you think that we're supposed to believe in these maps that Jane, what's the name, the teacher, and all these other ones who have been showing that the history, that these maps are false? What makes you think their maps are wrong? You know, when you think about Tartaria, and then you go into these Moors with their Mauritania, and when I say Alexandria, and I see all these other things, if you don't want to get into the history of America, and you want somebody to dictate to you for their own ideology or to push their own script for a bag, because we have a lot of sick people going back to that place where not everybody that snapped is over there cutting people's head off and start eating their brains and stuff, okay? Some people have snapped in their whole mental because of the position they're in, the fake elite or whatever. Do yourselves a favor. Pick up some of these things. Purchase them. They're not expensive. It's not like we're saying go buy the Book of America and spend damn near $250,000, all right? And then the original one belongs to some French Jew. I'm not knocking hard on my Jewish kindred. New made-up identity. I don't give a fuck how you feel about it. But no, what I'm stating, I detest Zionism like my Jewish uncle, who, if you call them Jewish, you'll be floating. You'll be with concrete bricks in Sound View in New York. I'm just saying, it's a fact. Call them Jewish, you'll be in bricks in Sound View. I'm serious. That makes me think of the man who jumped from the Eiffel Tower, you know what I'm saying, 1912. But anyway, that's just a whole nother thing. Let me see, where's the, okay. I can't pronounce it. It's, you know, Hindus and the so-called Indians, which they never was until like 19, whatever the frig. They're Ethiopians. You can give a fuck how you want to look at it. That's what they are. Anyway, I believe it's Sukhothai Historical Park. It's Thailand. Covers the ruins of Sukhothai, literally dawn of happiness, capital of the Sukhothai kingdom in the 13th and 14th centuries. Look, it's just part of Tartaria. The people there now in Thailand, they're kind of the people of that land, but they look a little different because you got to remember, even they were conquered and those cities were empty until they brought these new breed of orphan children in to build, to change, to deface, to destroy, and their elders who were a little older to pull this stuff off. Destruction, not building. How can you have anybody build a city in the 1800s who just came off a goddamn boat? Now I got to be plural with this. have no labor skills, don't know how to do nothing, and still when they came here, they were pouring piss and poop out the friggin' windows in so-called all of Europe. Wars were going on. Most of the elders were dying. No, I just want to know. You want me to believe that they could build a whole entire city in America all over between 15 and 30 years? Oh, but look, we could do this. No. Right now, you see what they're building is crap. Compared to what they built back then, it's just crap. Crap. Chinese philosophism and historical statecraft. Listen. Incorporating Jews and Israel into contemporary Chinese civilizationism. You think the Chinese don't know? Psh. All Jews are not Zionists. Trust me. I was in Israel and watched them sons guns fighting and shooting each other. So, look, running up to me, do you know who you are? I was like, yeah, I'm an Indian American. Okay, great. Do you know who you are? Well, yeah, I think we're supposed to be the righteous ones. Yes! And then run back into the crowd and start fighting. 1987. I ain't kidding. Man, I was like, let me get the hell up out of here before I become, they crucify me or something. Me and my boys like, what the? What? Look, man, this is my info. I've got, because in college, I would attack, not only when I was in high school and middle school, fighting teachers and everything, because I knew who I was. Even though I was told to shut up, smacked in my mouth, my grandma, my great grandma, when she whipped me with that switch, because I was running around telling everybody I was Indian. She's like, just gonna teach you this and teach you a few words. You don't go saying nothing. We're trying to keep you alive. But y'all try to have me aborted. Well, it's because we felt like we didn't want no. They were scared to bring children into the world. That's how our people after we were betrayed in the South. And all these foreigners claiming us, moving into our buildings and homes. Down there now, walking around with gray suits and everything, reenactments. No. How could y'all fight in the South and we outnumbered just 7-8 to 1? What is wrong? And then when everything fell, not only did we have the Punch Bowl, Rosewood, all that, they were lynching y'all more than us. So don't pay attention to them boule niggas that went to them colleges, all right, and made that 100 years of lynching. That's after Civil War, goddammit. Look at the other books and pictures, how they was doing my Italian, Irish, Dutch, Jewish. You goddamn right. Dark-skinned Jews. Major David, that's what his which card. And the Pelhams, who obviously became who we are. Now, I ain't pushing that goddamn Hebrew Israelite bullshit and all that other all that. I'm not knocking it if you live in it. Majority of y'all not living it. I married two who were just the worst motherfuckers I ever dealt with in my goddamn life. They asked me to fill out Sons of Confederate Veterans form. And I looked at them and says, I guess they didn't know I had knowledge about a few things. Like the real history of the South and the veterans, well, it ain't but a handful told on video or recording. Mic and recording. It doesn't exist because it was destroyed purposefully. But I'm dumb. I don't know what I'm talking about. And all I want people to do is wake the fuck up. Get their head out of hot. And learn some goddamn truth. What does that make me? In the scheme of all things, what does that make me? Cornell University Library produced this volume to preserve the informational content of the deteriorated original. The best available copy. They're selling themselves. When you read, if you don't know what you're reading, when you look at these words, you would just say, okay, this is the greatest. No, they're selling something. They're convincing you to something to make you want to get it so they can rewrite history. Listen, Cornell University Library produced this volume to preserve. Now they caught you right there, making you believe that literally this is going to be right. To preserve something, you're going to invest your time in the reading. They've capitulated that it's the real fact. You need to get it. And then this is the reason why. The informational content of the deteriorated original. So you got to get it. Let me slide this over and I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is The War of the Rebellion, a compilation of the official series. I do a lot of fucking reading, people. All right? Yeah, I do a lot of goddamn reading. So, and when I log in, I can just listen. I don't have to actually read. So sometimes if I decide to shave, or you'd be surprised at some of the things I'm looking, because I read literally 2-3 books every day. Whether it be a paragraph or two, maybe a couple paragraphs, maybe 10 pages in one book, depending. Like right now, I'm reading 1491 again, but every time I jump over to 1493, I don't care about 1492 because that was a distraction. That's why I made a movie of it. That's why you learned about it in school. But did they tell you about 1491 and 1493? Well, then when you read those, then you look at 1492 totally different. I mean, do I need to go through the battles of the Civil War again? The certain names? Name every one of them? I could name several of the ones that are not even mentioned on here. But for posterity, this is what they do. They're false narrative. Even the Civil War years, when they have you believing it's April 12, 1861 to April 9th, 1865. If you believe that, you need to stay right where you're at. In that closet, you need to stay right there. And you need to go ahead and look who's printed and who's produced and who's the authors of all this stuff. Just like the people who are the authors of World War II. When you have to paint a picture and you want people to accept it, so the plight doesn't fall on you, but you be seen as they're the hurt people. Yeah, okay. You continue on believing in that crap, that lie, that felonious history that they keep painting these narratives that are false. I tell you, World War II, just like World War I, was to destroy the history of Tartaria. The Palace of Fine Arts, California. The original pictures, you could see that that's a very, very old, ancient building. Now, we know that in 1960s or whatever, after they used it to store tanks and jeeps and shit, they tore it down and rebuilt it. And they was attempting to say that, well, the women cried out because they couldn't see the destruction that after so much around it was destroyed. You got to remember, what they show you in pictures and they tell you, yes, this is us building with plaster and hemp. They only want to say that. They say some form of linen and wood. No, that's what we used to build all this, and magnificently. They were showing you pictures of the destruction, but telling you in reverse to have you believe that they sat down with no knowledge of how to build any of this stuff, to have you believe that they built it, and then they showcased it after they went ahead into the cities when the war was pretty much done. The Republic was pretty much dead. Even though we still function up until the 1940s and 50s as a Republican. Even if it be the wives who they married or took. Stolen History, Part 3, The Mystery of the World's Fair. Um, like I said, I like to read a whole goddamn lot. I love when there's truth still out there, and you can go to stolenhistory.net and you can create your what you call it account and go in there. You know, go and check out Bill Graham, Civic Auditorium. Go look at that. You know, go take a fucking trip. All right, and go check it out. All right, you know, the arena in San Francisco. All right, California, go and check it out. We didn't destroy that, but we pretty much damn near burned down all of our city after we destroyed the Capitol. Yeah, we wanted to, and we destroyed a lot of other places. We wanted to get rid of it because once we found out what was going to happen, what they were doing. That's right. There's still people who were scared of what the enemy, who work with the enemy, and didn't want our knowledge getting out. There's a reason why we shut down and we stepped away from all that power we had harnessed. There's a reason why they knew it and they came. When the switch was turned off, that's when some of your ancestors came to fuck us up. And we whooped a whole lot of their asses, and they just kept bringing more and more and more. Now you may understand why children were hunted down and killed. Go read about George Frederick Dodwell. Listen again. George Frederick, Frederick. Go and get a pen and paper, all right? Is anybody going to get a pen and paper? Can you type on your phone? Can you put this information and look it up? That's all I'm asking. I'm not going to come on here and not give you references, sources to do, because I know you don't know nothing about this. This is what I do. I've been doing this for a very long time. Okay? George, George, all right? Frederick, Frederick, Dodrick, Dodwell, Dodwell. Just go and look him up and read, whether it be his obituary notices or just read about the man. I mean, I shared with you all about the cat Robert Walpole, right? His quotes. Go look at his quotes. Robert Walpole. Actually, have these are on my screen, so I can just tap on them and pull them up. Look at what he said. Just like Napoleon Bonaparte, who told you history is what we, what we determine. It's a lie. I told you what the actual name of Chicago was, right? It was a sound. Well, we're going to keep it where we all have an understanding. I don't want to misdirect and have people believing in something else. Chilago. But, the enemy had to say something else, Chilapa or some shit. That's when it was, Mexico was all the way from the Louisiana all the way up to California. Yeah, okay, whatever. It's to keep you running around. You know what I'm saying? It's Rep Tom O'Hara. It's got an SMS from old Tom O'Hara. Anyway, somebody wanted to argue me about punk rock and skinheads. And it was a pale skin, right? And then a goofy nigger sitting with them. I was like, this must be fake accounts. I said, look, man, if you don't know about a band called Detroit, if you don't know about between New York and England, Jamaicans, the ska dance, if you don't know about the coming together of the people who knew about the history because their grandparents and great-grandparents made them known, and the unification was strong than a mug, and here comes this Jew in New York creating the damn, what you call it, front, and start copying the way we dress, shaving our heads bald, singing about unification, down with the system of lies, then that's your problem. And that's right. A Jew created that shit. I don't bite my tongue. I'm not here against my Jewish kindred. I am stating a fucking fact. If you don't believe it, that's on you. I'm tired of looking at Facebook group, these little Jews, these little ones that became Jews. They're the most racist, absurd sons of bitches, and they're not even Ab-Khazarian. They're not even Khazarian by the definition of a name that the the Bolognese took when they were learned all the things they did from the Khazarians, who later on, before World War II, which they murdered. So you believe what you want. I don't care. What animals were represented in gods in ancient Egypt? This is the stuff that keeps people delusional, and then those who get a dollar, because they know that, hey man, as long as you accept it and you're black and that, and we Egypt and Egypt's the youngest pyramids on earth. God damn it! But anyway, power source. That's all power source. But regardless of all that, yeah. And the Arabs one that stole the gold off the top and started destroying the bottom and using that to build the new shit after they destroyed all the original buildings. But that's a whole nother conversation. Because the bald eagle was always an American eagle, but they had to say the hawk. But yet there is a God. Look, man, look. Either you want to, if you know about Aswan, and what's that movie they made with the kids and the lion and something in the closet or whatever. Look, once you start dealing with self and getting in touch with self, and everybody else is cut off, but they're there. No, it's not about hate. It's not about these fake feelings and emotions. All right, this delusion to keep us in the chaotic hemisphere of perpetual lies and stupidity. It's not about that. Once you start freeing yourself, things become clear. I don't care who you are. Somebody said to me the other day, would you marry a pale skin? They know I'm going to call you no white around me. I don't give a fuck. I said, yeah, well, if she was good and she fit my look like, yeah, I have no problem with that. I said, my ex-wife looks like a pale skin, but she's Puerto Rican. But you look at her relatives, they dark as motherfucking midnight. I was like, you adopted? She's like, no, met a mom, knew a mom, darker than me. I mean, look, you can believe what you want. My daughter is a little lighter than me, and her mom is darker than both of us. Look, you can believe what you want. I'm here to tell you to come out of that crayon box, but that's not what I want. I need one of my sisters because I know the power in that melon. Man, if she lactating, I'll be sucking on one tit after I give her a baby. I'd be regenerating. Instead of drinking H2O, I'd be drinking the thing that's better than H3O. I'd be slapped on, sucking away. What's wrong, baby? They swole? Cholesterol and all. I won't need none of this fake ass medication. Go out there and put my feet in the dirt and the swamp and everything else. Sit back, put mud bath, minerals all in the body. No rinse in my mouth or nothing. I ain't got to worry about funk breath because I ain't eating no dead flesh. I'm real talk. If that bothers you, then you need to go on with your life. Move on to the front of whatever the cannon fodder lane you need to be in. Oh, agency, study, reconstruction sites, Southern Partition Online. See, the capital is of Tartarian. We destroyed it, and we rebuilt it. Now, you see all them little mulattoes and pale skins, a lot of Negroes in there. They're the actual architects and the old builders. We rebuilt it. They're just standing in the picture. You know what year that is? Well, if you look at the Smithsonian, the which call of lies, you believe what you want. It's up to you what you want to do as far as historical and what is and what's not. When I tell you the flood is real, it was real. When I tell you the mudslides were real, it was real. The scorched earth, the sun, that was a reset. That was called on by our women. That was real. How many of y'all been to Seattle, Washington, and went out to the lakes? And you see all the driftwood, thousands of years old and hundreds of years old, that will come up every year. It's different. Who saw that picture on Facebook when I was standing inside that tree trunk? And the thing was like a 3-story building. Oh, it had washed up. We went the year before, and I had charisma with me, and I'm standing in there with a big leather black jacket looking like Fred, which called the 3 the hard way. I got my golf cap on. I'm standing up there with my little dreads and everything. My dreads hanging out. And this thing came up out the ocean at high tide. This is bigger than these buildings I'm living in. I'm on the second floor right now. I had the nerve and audacity to climb up on this thing and walk up there. And I said, if I fall over this, I'm breaking everything. But I don't tuck and roll. Are y'all aware of the Doberman picture? One of their gods is an American dog. Everybody wants to say, that's German. No, the German Shepherd ain't even. Look, man, if you want to believe it's a reconstruct of a wolf dog, German Shepherd. But anyway, whatever. If you want to believe in the history lies because of war and what you believe, like the swastika, which actually is a thing of friendship, kinship, has nothing to do with what you think it does, but the Zionists say it would. When are y'all going to snap about this coma, man? This is what I do. I love my people on earth, man. Don't get it fucked up. I'm just tired of all our states, our continents being fucked up in delusion and divided. I don't give a fuck how you mixed in or whatever. Well, that was always ongoing. If you want to listen to all these cats in the South who got their little pages and everything, and they just want to keep pushing that shit, that's on you. If you want to stay where you're at and think that's a great place and the lie you live, that's on you. So be it. Nekbet, also spelled Nebet, is an early pre-dynastic local goddess in Egyptian mythology. Everything they call mythology is not mythology. Who was the patron of the city of Nekheb, her name meaning of Nekheb. Ultimately, she became the patron of Upper Egypt, and one of the two patron deities of all of ancient Egypt when it was unfilled. Anyway, it's an eagle, a bald eagle. I know everybody's going to say everything else because that's what these motherfuckers were not, and all that black power bullshit and all that other fundamentally fucked up shit, not knowing I've never been nowhere, and some of them been just to get a look at me. I paid for a flight, and I'm over here, I'm riding the camel, and it's a one-time trip. And look, that's me sitting in Africa, and in Egypt, and don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Anyway, you're going to always have a lot of that. Yeah. So I just thought it'd be very important to put that out there because nobody knows about that. I've got so much information. I mean, look at William Fowley. Remember him? Wasn't he when that thing with Ricky Ricardo and all that? Did I speak on that, right? That was the most racist son of a bitch. And they all rejoiced when he died of a heart attack. His cast members. See, there are some people who belong to the cabal who are sick and did perverted things, and he probably drank after he did what he had to do to be belong. And knowing the real history and the shit we probably did to some of his relatives, because he's probably one of the ones who we scalped and fucked up and tore their ass up. That's like when I was talking to this one Native American, right? No, we're just going to say that. I'm not going to say his nationality. No, not that one. Another one. As pale as goddamn these damn Nikes right here. Anywho, right? Anywho. I'm not gonna go there. I don't want to be dissenting, and I'm tired of the division. People's ignorance is people's ignorance. All right, so I don't have to go there. I can say that for another day if somebody feels some kind of freaking way. I don't care about how you feel. I really, really don't. There's no reason for the pain and the sorrow and all that other stuff. Just pull up the congressional records and read about what Mr. Lee, whatever the fuck his name was, but General Lee or whatever he looked like. But they want you to believe that motherfucking pasty dude, and that's not bad on my pale skin brothers. Don't get offensive to this. But yeah, the pasty motherfucker they painted because that's a fake motherfucker. That's a lot of the motherfuckers. Those are pictures by the cabal used to sit in for our people to rewrite history. They're not real at all. Oh, they may be some real people in them pictures, picturesque, but only to redirect, misdirect. And then the hunting and murdering of our people in cities alike. People talk about Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. Stupid motherfuckers. You know who pushed that, right? It's not what the fuck it was called. Do you know why they stopped the riots? Oh, you think the military, the government was the one dropping turpentine bombs? We stopped it. Motherfucking Negroes from all who still had guns came and started fucking a lot of your ancestors up if you're part of that lineage. Fuck their asses up. That's where a lot of hate come from. Ignorance and stupidity. That we need to stop. Let me say Halito. I know it for a while. I haven't said breathe because I want you to know that when I do this, I need you to breathe here. Relax your forehead. Let your ears hang. If you need to let your mouth open and get a drool on, whatever. Let your shoulders relax. And then get a decompress. All right? But you should be doing that already. Because you know I'm going to give you some goddamn hot-ass tea. And ain't nothing like hot tea. Cold tea is shitty. A little tea. If you're out eating meat, for you still eating meat, goofy motherfuckers, get some warm water and put about a whole lemon in that bitch and drink 2 of them. This is a suggestion. And then chew on some ginger. It's no hate. I'm just making a statement. I'm always going to throw a little tea to the side. Right now, I've got people saying, Red, if something happened to you, we know that you didn't do it. We know that's not you. It's something, it's man. I said, well, you know, people know already. These idiots should stop and move forward about 4,000 or 5,000 years. I wouldn't give a fuck if they had a fake ass flying saucer at work that was as big as the goddamn state. Don't mean shit. They need, they're not going to listen because they're not watching. I just would like to see us move forward because they're not going to stop it. It's just, if they've learned any truth at all, they would back up and go, oh snap. I'm too stupid. Oh my goodness. I got to go, after the range, I got to go to Flagstaff. I got to pick up I love that banana hammock. I only got like a gram left, bro. This was like 10 grams. 9 grams, 9 point, yeah. So I got to go and get this refilled. Don't worry, I got $700 right here just for all my weed for the last for a while. You need plane ticket to get over here while it's a little cheap? Y'all popped up, so I have to look at the side. Oh, okay. Well, let me buy your plane ticket. No, motherfucker. Go get a job and fly your ass here. I'll pick you up at the airport. I'll have somebody pick you up. I need to get some women in here because this is a man cave. Let's vet. I need woman touch up in this motherfucker for real. Ain't that right, Tola? Required blind cat rescue. I gotta watch that, y'all. I'm sorry, I do. Oh yes, I'm a cattery. I'm a caddis. Well, I don't know. Is that a term? I'm just making up stuff. I'm a caddis. Just like I made up that word bandwagon and sent it off. I think it's in the what you call it now. That's pretty much what I wanted to say this morning. I wanted to go over a little over an hour. Went over an hour. And look, I know a lot of people are going to come and they're going to start watching. They're going to be like, and all. Whatever. It's all right. But share this. I only said a couple curse words, right? I didn't count. But the kids, you could just, not let them hear that. If you know the points. But let them hear it. And then if you took the information down, let them find out and learn for themselves. Okay? There's a lot more. I ain't even tapping. I'm just sharing this little mediocre stuff. All right? So I want y'all to have a grand day. Enjoy yourselves. Take it easy. Decompress. Don't let nobody rile you up. It ain't the time. For those who actually get to know themselves, you'll understand so much more. Oh, okay. You're going to hit me up later about these guns? All right. If you're going to be there, go live and I'll take a look and I'll be like, yay, nay, yay, nay. That's all I'm going to do. All right. But y'all don't have a grand day. Decompress. Don't let people stare you. Don't let people get you stressed. I think we're all stressed enough. And I ain't talking about with this fake pandemic and all this fake demic and all this other goofy stuff they're doing. I don't care about all that. You know, I mean, you can go watch, Age of Ultron, or you can watch Decepticons and all that. You can go watch that. If you made the mistake and you went and let them put some more of their crazy juice in you, well, I understand. Fear is a hell of a tool. It's a real fucked up weapon. A real messed up weapon. I could have said messed up. All right. No, I gotta work on some things too. I'm an astute student. All right. Let's see. Oh, hey, we smoke like Marley's. Hey. Well, actually, I don't really smoke that heavy. I actually use it medicinally. I don't like to get high. But I don't consider it high. I actually consider it a different platform. Even that word high is actually going to be to elevate for goodness. But yeah, I used it to get my lungs back on par after, with 30-something holes in my lung. I mean, I was poisoned. I mean, it looked like somebody just put radiation in my lungs, ate a quarter of my lungs away, And then to run, after a year, run 10 miles again. Marijuana is what helped. You dig? So, hey, look. Y'all have a grand day. And know I love y'all, man. Remember? Okay? Remember I love you. You dig what I'm saying? And men, we're not alpha, you're not beta, not sigma, no, not shit. Prefer you be sigma, but none of that. You a fucking man. There ain't no feminine energy. That's why we have the beautiful women, our sisters. All right, our beloved mothers and big mamas, and you know what I'm saying? Our young ones. That's the feminine energy. That serves a purpose. There's no male energy there. Stop with this fake science and ideologies and all this other construct that keeps people all in confusion. People committing suicide and everything else. You think there's a positive energy in that shit? Be the men you're supposed to be for once in your life. Women, be the women you're meant to be for once in your life. Stop making it all inclusive with their bullshit. Y'all have a grand day, and I love you all.